Actually, that's something I kind of want to talk about, because a question I see, um, I often see like on the interwebs, if you're looking around for DOA, there's actually a lot of people wondering, you know, should I play DOA 5 now to learn DOA 6? Are there things that you can learn from this game? And you know, the answer is yeah, sure, of course, there's a lot you can learn. I think especially if you're a completely new player, if you've never played DOA and you wanna, you know, get into DOA 6 and you're like, you know what, there's the free DOA 5 version, Core Fighters. I wonder if I could go in and already prepare myself a little bit. That's a very easy yes, do it if you want to prepare. Just playing this game is better than not playing this game, right? There's differences between the games, but the core is kind of the same. Movement is kind of the same. A lot of the moves are going to be the same. Sure, they might have maybe different frames, they might have different properties, but the moves are going to be, you know, if you know a character in this game, you're going to have a way quicker time adjusting to it in DOA 6 than learning it from scratch in DOA 6. So yeah, if you're completely new, for sure download the free version. I wouldn't recommend buying the full game now, because that's really late, you know. I mean, unless you like want to do the story mode. But there's also there are some other details, little things you can do now in this game, even as a seasoned player, right? There's little things you can do that is gonna give you like a tiny head start in DOA 6. Not a big one, because you know you're still bound to the system of this game, but there's tiny things you can do. I think the first one, the easiest thing, let me show you actually. I think the easiest thing you can do to prepare for DOA 6, everyone can do this, make sure your sidestep is on this button, right? So, you know, if you want to get ready for DOA 6 and you're playing on the default sidestep, up, up, and down, down, change that. In DOA 6, it's the same, right? In DOA 6, they say the S button, but the S button, the special button, right, is just these three buttons: hold, punch, and kick at the same time. It's a macro. So if you pick this input for sidestep, you're already training muscle memory for DOA 6 if you have been using the other one. And if you're already using this button, and you should, because it's just better in this game too, especially if you're doing like these kinds of inputs, pressing down forward a lot, you know. If up up or down down is sidestep, you might do one by accident, but by changing the buttons you can mess around as much as you want with this. And the sidestep is going to be like this. But you know, it's the same input as in DOA 6, so that's literally like a thing you can change now. And by if you play like this, when DOA 6 arrives, you're going to be completely used to it. There's going to be no problem. I think that the two biggest changes that you can already implement in your playstyle in this game, though, little side note, it's not the optimal way to play this game, because this game is made to be played like it is, right? And if you're gonna shoehorn the DOA 6 way in, it's gonna be a little different. But there's things you can do now, like habits you can create already to get ready, and they all have to do with the stun system, right? So in this game, what they're clearly hinting at with every little mechanic in the game points towards get your opponent into the red critical stun, and then either go for critical burst into a combo or into your super power blow, or get to the end, not like that, or get to the end and launch, because launching in this game is dependent on how much stun your opponent has. Meaning if I do one hit and launch, it's not going to be as high as I do more hits and launch. You can even clearly see the difference. In DOA 6 that's gone. A move launches as high as that move launches always. So that means you don't have to go that deep into stun for a good launch. For, you know, because once they're launched, that's guaranteed damage, you know, and that's good. Guaranteed damage is good. And going hand in hand with that is that in DOA 6, the critical burst is gone. So there's no reason other than mix up and mind games, but there's, other than that, no real reason to get your opponent like to the stun threshold, like to the maximum. And together with that, in DOA 6, the stun threshold, the max stun you can inflict upon your enemy, is lower, or at least it feels lower. It definitely knocked over your opponent faster. So in case you don't know, if you go over the stun threshold like this, they fall over, right? So you don't want that. That's a missed opportunity right there. So I guess what I'm getting at, explaining that, why you need to know that is, so in DOA 6, you're not gonna be going always deep into stun, into a combo or whatever. You're very likely to use more, like not more than the other, but now it's an equal valid option to like do one hit, launch, because that launch is going to be your usual combo, not like in this game. It's going to be the usual combo, and that is a habit. Like I noticed it when I was playing the beta, I was still going for those long stuns, right? You were still going, alright, another one, you know, not the critical burst, but you kept going until the launcher at the end. But after a couple of matches, you notice, why would I bother? Like if I want to get, and especially in the stage of the beta, you were always pretty close to the walls, so launching your opponent and then getting a combo to get them to the wall, maybe even in the wall, that was really useful. So the little thing that you can do right now to prepare for DOA 6 is, in this game, even though it's quote-unquote suboptimal, try going for those early launchers. Like mix it up. There's no reason not to do it. And by doing that, you might get a little more used to the rhythm of DOA 6. Because I feel DOA 6 definitely has more back and forward. In this game, with all the long stuns, it feels like once you're in that stun, you're guessing with holds or with slow escapes, which is gone too. to get out, and if you don't get out, you're gonna get hurt. If you do get out, there's a big chance you're just gonna be hit into a new one again. And in this game, it feels often, if you're playing against someone good, 2 or 3 stun situations and you're dead. In DOA 6, at least in the beta, it definitely felt like there was more smaller stun situations going on, because the stun threshold is lower, so you can't go as long. Launching early is an equally good option, so that happened more. And of course, in DOA 6, you have the break hold, which is the hold that catches highs, mids, and lows, which means that even if a stun is happening, you can still pretty guaranteed get out of it, unless you get thrown, of course. So from that perspective, I think that's something I'm gonna do, and I would probably recommend people to try if you're still playing this game, getting ready for DOA 6. Get those early launchers in. Try to get used to launching early, and sure, like I said, because of the launch height in this game, for some characters it might even barely work at all. I don't know. But I think it's a good habit to get into, because honestly, let's be real, how much does it still matter that you're really good at this game, right? You want to be good at the next game. But even if you play a little less optimal in this game, it's gonna make you a better player in DOA 6, and I think that is worth it. Yeah, I think if you do those two things, switch your sidestep input if you haven't already to the same one in DOA 6, and try to get comfortable with shorter stuns, launch quicker, stuff like that. And you know, I guess in that same vein, practice your neutral game. Practice a neutral game. I mean, sure, you can learn combos here, but even in the DOA 6 beta, I felt like a lot of combos already needed modification to be more optimal in that game. So you're probably better off learning the neutral game or practicing, you know, whiff punishing, whatever, anything neutral game related, because there's gonna be more neutral situations because of the less long stuns, you know. And that's something you can train now without losing anything in this game, because the neutral game in this game, you still need to play that. So yeah, that would be my advice, and I'm gonna try it myself, and we'll see. I might change my opinion the closer we get to the full game. We'll see.